Alright! What kind of a shotgun is this? Is such said weapon possible to make in reality? And does anyone wonder, or does anyone know what type of rounds it fires? Let's find out. Hello, I'm SBC Brawlers, aka Brawlers, and welcome to my 5th weapon review in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, we take a look at the TAC-19 and the info it has for us. Not widely used as some other weapons, but doesn't mean that this weapon should be ignored. This weapon aside, I did some digging as to what this weapon is and if it's possible to make, and it is in development as we speak. Just like every weapon in this game is in research of the moment. Want to see a brief page of this for proof? There will be a link in the description box below of this video, and you too can look into the weapons of the future if you like. But I'm kind of getting off topic with the TAC. Let's find out what this weapon is all about. Available immediately as you step into the multiplayer field and a part of Creator class, this is a pump action directed energy shotgun. Whew. The first of its kind in the shotgun arsenal of Call of Duty. With a pump action shotgun, you will need to clock or pump another shell to shoot. So after you fire one round, you got it. Pump it up. And you know it. The fire rate for the TAC-19 is 89 rounds per minute, or 1.48 rounds per second, making it the slowest fire rate shotgun in the game, but makes up for it with powerful shots, which they are. Each shell will shoot out 8 pellets. As long as the enemy is close to the gun's end, you will hit them. I also heard tighter spread helps the pellets become closer as you aim down sight, but I didn't really notice it. And this shotgun can store a fair amount of these directed shells, which brings us to the magazine size. The TAC-19's capacity is 6 rounds, which is average for a shotgun. Be sure to keep an eye on the ammo along with your surroundings at the same time. Sometimes, it's a habit of various players, including myself, of after getting a kill, you reload a shell to stay maxed out, but be aware of other enemies that can catch you reloading by surprise at the same time. Bullet penetration stats are medium to low, mostly low. You can shoot through thin barriers like glass and such, but you will not get anything if your enemies are hiding behind cover. With this shotgun, all you need is one shell and your enemies will go down, as long as you are in point blank range, to a few feet or meters away from them. When I say a few feet and meters, I mean very few. Consider the carrier metal container in the map comeback if you are standing on one end and the enemy is standing on the other end. That's the maximum distance you need to take them down. This can require 2 shells at times, but if the hostile is farther away from the other side of the container, you might as well be blowing confetti at them, because they are not going down with that distance. No need to worry about the headshots for this gun, since aiming for the head will cause them their demise. Your raise time with this gun is at 1 second and drops at 0.5 seconds, along with the aim down sight time coming in at 0.3 seconds. Aiming down with this weapon is optional, since it is a close quarter weapon and the crosshairs are useful. Having a visual with the crosshairs, these are small like the SMGs and should be used to hip fire. Which brings me to the hip firing advice. Use it, use it, use it. It saves time for you as you aim down the sight with this weapon, and as an enemy is aiming down with their weapon. You can aim down and fire the TAC if you want, but can leave you vulnerable for a few milliseconds. I heard that the TAC-19, as you aim down the sight, your shells will have a tighter spread. But like I said before, and I am repeating myself, I'll leave you viewers to test that out for yourselves. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you want that playstyle, the irons are needed, and can happily say these irons are clean and clear. The TAC-19's reload times is at about 1.2 seconds for the first shell, and 0.75 seconds for any additional shells going in. And the shell entering the gun's chamber is at 1 second. These are some ugly times, and will leave you vulnerable if you're caught out in the open. This is the only shotgun that has no sacrifice time, so watch your bullets with this thing. The recoil stats are very low, especially when hip firing. It's barely noticeable, since every shot needs another pump. Finally, you'll be moving at a 90 to 95% of the maximum base speed, since this weapon is a little bit heavier than its other brethren, due to it being a directed energy close quarter blaster. Oh, that's the infos out of the way. And now we have our attachments. The visual ones, may I add. All I can say is, don't use it. You only have a red dot sight and a target enhancer. You use a spot in the 13 pick system, and shotguns aren't meant to aim down sight. You have other better attachments to choose from. With that said, the attachments have a more better usage, like the laser sight and the stock attachment, but the modifications is what you really want to look at, especially the advanced drifting, allowing you to reach a bit further than normal, and extended mags, our favorite attachment of all. You will get a 33% increase in the magazine size from 6 to 9 rounds. Hey, it never hurts to bring more ammo to a gunfight. So, now what? On to the perks. With third place in the tier 1 category, it's danger close along with low profile. Second place, flight jacket and overcharge will take it. But for first place, lightweight's the clear winner. You'll be able to move faster than usual, and all veteran Call of Duty players would know this. Moving faster can get you somewhere, just a bit quicker than normal. Now for tier 2, third place will be Blind Eye. Second, Cold Blooded. But for first place, Gung Ho along with Fast Hands will take it, as being a tie. Gung Ho will allow you to hip fire as you run around, and sliding, meaning you will not need to aim down the sight, or you will not need to pause for whatever reason. Making your blast count and land first is what really matters with this gun. And Fast Hands, allowing you to switch to that secondary and use your lethals and tacticals in a much quicker manner. Finally, our third tier of perks. In third place, Hardline will have to do. Second, Hardwired and Blast Suppressor will take its place. But for first place, the number one choice is Scavenger. Since everyone's going to be exo boosting, dodging, and sliding, you may use quite a bit of rounds for them to take down. So getting extra ammo from the dead opponents will refill your gun up, and you won't need to worry about ammo whatsoever. As for the exos, I will only say only 3 stand out to me. Exo Overclock, Exo Stim, and Exo Ping. Personally, I like using Exo Ping, since upon activating this thing, you will be able to see enemies from a few walls, catch them by surprise, and blast them away. As for the lethals and tacticals, just go all out. Clash up with whatever combo you want. If you want to go with the lethals, go with all lethals with Semtexes and frags. With tacticals, try messing them around with the EMP system, and my personal favorite, the threat grenades. Up next are the wild cards. For the blue tier, I'm not going to repeat myself, you already know what it is. Same story with the green tier. But for the red tier, like I said before, any will do. I will have to go with Bombardier or Tactician if you really want to mess around with the class. Well, for secondaries, no brainer that it's a yes. Since a pump action shotgun is powerful, but sometimes you won't be able to get the kill, and switching to that secondary should do the trick. Alright then, if you want a few more guns in your arsenal, we have the variants of the TAC-19. For your permanent unlock, we have Jab. Just get 300 kills with any TAC-19 and you'll get yourself the Jab shotgun. Just be careful with this shotgun. It has 4 rounds, not 6. The enlisted supply drops are Barricade, Breacher, Runner, and Light Trigger. For the professional loot, Roundhouse, Haymaker, and Uppercut are your choices. And finally, the elite versions are the Bang Sting and the famous Sledgehammer. Kind of a smart move for Sledgehammer to make a shotgun under their name. The only shotgun I will really keep an eye out for is the Haymaker. You will have an integrated red dot sight, but the red dot sight isn't really needed. On the flip side, you will have a nice attachment that will make your gun look a little more fancy, in my opinion. So, now we've seen how this weapon plays with players in the multiplayer field. But what about the bloody grounds where the undead with high tech run their turf? Let's see. Available as a wall weapon, the TAC-19 costs 1,000 credits, and it is a good weapon if you can't find a printer. This weapon is meant for one thing only, to plow the road. Powerful blasts like these make the zombies fall like flies after spraying a little bit of that. And this shotgun can perform very well in the early double-digit rounds. Once you get to the mid to late teen waves, don't be afraid to upgrade this monstrosity. If you find yourself being chased at a mere 5 to 12 zombies, no problem. But any more than that, Just keep a fair distance and take them down little by little. An all-round wall weapon powerhouse. Not as popular as the LMGs and the specialty weapons, even for a wall weapon, but it's up there. So have some fun with this thing and wipe those zombies out. And that's pretty much all I gotta say with this weapon. With zombies done, we're at the end of the review. I will say this, many will get frustrated if you utilize this weapon against them, and vice versa. But then again, that's what a shotgun is supposed to do. Kill at very close quarters. This weapon is your go-to blaster to stay on the move, since it has the best mobility in its class out of the other two shotguns. If you want to get around quick and give a blasting surprise to your enemies, all you need is this shotgun to drive that tac into their body, and it will sting. That concludes the review of the TAC-19. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you got crazy ideas going on in your head, but most of all, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you'll join me in the next review, where I'll be making a video related to the weapon reviews in the near future. Until then, I'll see you there.